Welcome to Crescent City with your hosts Natalie Jean and Jackie Zabrowski.
The world's just too little. The world is too little and is a vampire. It looks like you have a little tin of chew. Are you starting to chew?
Yeah, I thought that I should get a cup and start shucking my suckabouts in there.
Yeah, I thought so. I was gonna mention it to you. Like,
Does it make me look younger?
Do you want to try? Yeah, it's generally people chewing look very youthful. Oh, you keep it in your upper lip?
Okay, no, my father. Where would you keep it? I guess no, everyone's doing Zins now. I think everybody Zins now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a tablet that you put. I think it's rather than like loose chew. It's just a tablet that you put in that also people get obsessed with. And I think it's also another like gives you like a little high, like a little bit of a buzz.
That doesn't seem like it'd be satisfying at all.
But also then you get that's the thing. My problem is that I love to smoke. Like,
same. That's why I love to smoke
cigarettes. I liked smoking cigarettes.
I smoked cigarettes for 10 years, and that was what I loved. I loved the motion of it.
And you're going to take the smoking part of it away, but then
I mean, Hunter Biden just told us that.
Whoa.
I don't know if you saw that interview.
Whoa. But he has to smoke cigarettes?
He's talking about the oral fixation of smoking and why smoking crack is so fun.
Man, you know what? I never thought about it that way.
Honestly,
God,
honestly, made him super likable. I'm not going to lie.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes we just got to be publicly talking about the pros of crack. You're right. We're not going to be doing that here, but I imagine somewhere, there's a Hunter Biden.
I can't offer as I've actually never smoked crack, unfortunately.
No, I guess I'm going to say it, Natalie. Fortunately, neither one of us have.
No, I feel like I fear I would enjoy it.
I fear I may have, and I just don't know, but I feel like it's one of those that you can tell.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I would know. I think I'd know. I remember one time when someone was smoking something and it smelled like actual like toxic plastic as they smoked it. And I just remember being like, I don't know if you should be smoking whatever that is.
I think that's what crack smells like.
I think it is. So I've been around it, but I ain't doing it, y'all. Look at me, all right? I'm the campaign. This big, thick, throbbing angel laying in bed next to you, Natalie.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my incredible screen print that I just put on.
You did such a great job. Natalie is currently getting high off of the markers as we sit near Nidaros Community Center Camp. I love this.
Summer 15,023.
Yeah. And I was going to just be wearing Jeff's underpants, but he did watch me taking underpants out of his drawer this morning as I was gathering things. And he's like, what are you doing with my underpants? I was like, I'm going to wear them for the show. And he's like, why? Do you have to? And I was like, oh, I'm in bed. So I imagine you would be wearing underpants. He's like, you not publicly wear my underpants on the show?
Wow.
Oh, and I'm like, what else you need to ask me for?
I guess your husband's going to stifle your art now.
Yeah, and so you don't even know what kind of panties I have on. But technically, I put on the shortest little shorts that I had because in this brain, I'm saying Hunt's brain, I feel like he would he might put on like a pair of her Sophies and be like, oh, whoa. Oh my God, I can't believe they fit over my thighs. Do you see how big and rippling my thighs look in these little shorts?
Yeah. That's so funny. We both selected to choose no pants outfits today.
No pants
separately.
Outfits. Yeah, we're taking our pants off. Everybody take your pants off.
I am currently wearing pants because in the scene, she's wearing a thong, and I feel like I shouldn't put my bare ass on this seat, at least not for free.
Natalie, I feel like you're not giving yourself over to the character.
I know.
Natalie.
You'll never fully believe I'm Bryce right now.
And I'm like, wait, I will say, Hunt has a thong on right now, so.
But you have a thong over. You have something over the thong.
The shorts. No, I have the thong up over it. I was like, you know what? I think it looks better this way.
Yeah.
And he was like, why give him the whale tail, just the top? Give him the whole whale.
Wear it over your shoulders like a monokini.
Like a continental soldier till your ears hang low. They don't.
That's different.
Yeah, I was thinking of, I always think of the joke my mom always said what do Germans call a brazier? And she always would say brazier.
Uh-huh.
An over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
That's from Beaches.
Wow. Called out my mother.
It is.
Called out my mother. It's my mother's joke now, all right? She ripped it out of Bette Midler's fucking beautiful hands.
Do you wear a tit sling or do you wear a brazier?
Oh.
Are you not a Beaches girl?
You know, I have watched it a couple of times, but honestly, you know, it's not that I have too many feelings, it's just that I have big feelings, and it just hurt me too much.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It hurt me too much.
It's supposed to.
Yeah,
It's supposed to cut to the core of you.
I think I only watched it once, surprisingly, because you know how many times I've watched Dear Zachary. Like, I like to watch sad things over and over again.
How many times have you watched Dear Zachary?
I watched it last year on my birthday.
Are you insane?
Yep, I made Adam and Sam watch it with us. The four of us watched it, and I was like, this is how I get everyone to watch Dear Zachary with me. I was like, it's my birthday, and I want to be sad. And then I think we ate a bunch of Taco Bell, and I was, me and Sam, we both, we cried a lot. And Jeff just kept going like, why do you want to watch it again? And I just kept being like, well, I don't want to say the line because it ruins
please
it.
don't.
I don't want to say the line that
Please.
ruins the movie.
Good Lord. I don't think I could ever watch that again.
Gotta sit in your own sad.
This is one of the saddest, worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Puddle yourself.
Oh my God. You're knocking me over right now.
Speaking of puddling yourself,
okay,
we are in
so
bed.
you can watch Dear Zachary repeatedly, but not Beaches. I'm just to clarify. Okay.
Because of the rose. I can't hear the Bette Midler song. Even though Bette Midler, get off of Twitter, all right? Nobody wants to fucking hear about anything you've got any thoughts on. Let me just listen to the fucking rose, okay? Can we please not hear from you anymore?
Twitter
Thank
just
you.
really ruined a lot of people.
It's just, I think that, you know, in the way that I don't want to say like ageist of like, oh, at this point you shouldn't da-da-da anymore. I just feel like at some point you should take the tweet away from some of the fingers.
Okay,
you know?
push back. Some very elderly people are great on Twitter.
That's what I know that. That's why I'm saying I don't think it should be an age because it is I think it shouldn't be an age, but I feel that like there should be like some sort of like measurement or guide of like if you can't do this, I don't think it's like if you can't.
They don't even.
See it all, stop driving.
They still
you know?
give people driver's licenses.
I know. Oh, they just shuck them out there, baby. But you know, I am really not getting to the main point of why we're here today. And we received this email, and I have been.
We've received several emails about this, by the way. Thank you guys for writing in.
I'm over the moon. I have never, I've never been so satisfied with a response about mayor fuck capabilities. Now, listen up.
The one I sent you or the one in the script?
I didn't see the one in the script, but
great. Okay.
No, I was the one you sent me this morning. It was the first thing I read this morning. Was an email from Emily, who has done research. Would you like me to read this, or do you want to? I didn't read what you said up top.
You can if you feel that this is important to share, please.
It was so important to share that I was upset that poor Adam had to hear me say the fact multiple times just because I needed to say it. Emily, thank you so much. We now know, according to their research, there is a cock pocket on a mare when they are in their mare form, and it extrudes when it is hard. The movie The Shape of Water is another good reference. They reference Deep Water series by Emma Hamm. And Shape of Water, I mean, I've been canonically against the movie Shape of Water just because while I am a monster fucker, I am not a fish fucker. But then that's the question. Jackie, does that take away your want to fuck a mare? I think my phobia of water, I should say phobia. I'm scared of water. I'm scared of
you get in it.
Of water. I'll get in a pool. You know, give me a noodle. I'll get in a pool. That's why I don't want to say phobia. I think that would keep me from mare sex.
Really?
But if they could give me like the bubble like they have in this world where you can breathe fine and I don't need to worry about the anxiety of running out of oxygen.
Which world are you speaking of?
The underwater, the mare.
No, I didn't know if you wanted to reference the book she brought up.
Deep Water series by Emma Hamm and I Married a Merman by Regine Abel. But also they referenced the movie The Shape of Water, which, yes, I was against.
Fell asleep.
Is another good reference here. In the Deep Water series, they have two penises. one on top of the other, but they do not have a human form. It's all mare all the time. But in I Married a Merman, he had a humanoid form, and if I remember right, they do it as mares as well. But also, Emily, thank you so much. In case anyone is wondering, Spider Shibari Rex, they say Ensnared by Tiffany Roberts, and The Mabon or the Mabon Feast by CM Nascasta.
That's so many good recs right at the top.
Thank you so much, Emily. I love a rec. You can always send in your recs, guys. lpnromantasy@gmail.com. Please, always down to hear them.
And also, okay, before we get started, I also wanted to give a shout out to another person, one of the other people who sent Merman facts
God, I love it.
to us. Ashley actually wrote and said, this is breaking news. Sarah J Maas said in a live stream that Therian has a pouch for his genitals that opens like a clam.
Whoa, it's like when you're doing clamshells, like in an exercise class, but just think of that, but while fucking a merman.
I guess so. And I kind of like it because it's a bit androgynous. Because clam is generally a vaginal reference. And then it's like a vagina that opens up into a penis.
Do we have to say merman instead of merman because then it sounds like we're fucking Ethel Merman?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I'm down. I guess it just depends on, like, I guess how you feel about that.
I'm fine with fucking Ethel
I
Merman.
had a dream.
Yeah. Please.
I'm not going to get into
also,
that.
all of our listeners definitely know and think about Ethel Merman constantly.
Right? While you're thinking about having sex.
All the 75-year-old women who listen. I mean, if
Guys.
you're 75 and listening, I love you. Thank you.
We're talking about beaches, Natalie. What are you talking about? You think, if we're talking beaches, you think that they don't know Ethel Merman?
They might like The Big Bang Theory, you know?
I mean, bazinga. I know that one. I've never actually seen an episode.
No, I haven't either. And I probably never will.
No.
Okay, chapter 13. It is the next morning from awkwardly sleeping next to one another. Oh no, your wing's falling.
It's my wing! Don't look at me, Bryce, when I first wake up.
Your wing's cockeyed.
I'm sorry, babe. Sometimes, it comes out cocked. Yeah, a couple other things come out cocked.
Is it like when a dog sleeps on its face and its mouth looks all aside? Is that what happens to angel wings? That's cute.
Oh my God, they're all scrunched. Yeah, I just need to get out my shellac so that I can pin them back down, baby. Don't worry, my feathers will be glistening before you know it.
Oh, good.
Bryce, why you got pants on, girl? That's how I
don't
would
look at my
seduce you.
knee. Don't look at my knee.
You better.
Here.
I hate that you have pants on. I came here in character,
I think
Natalie.
that there's some thing I'd be violating wearing my ass out in a closed room with our engineer.
I think in a public chair. Like, I feel like sitting on a chair, I would be against it because, like, other people got. Although, I mean, you got. Like you're pressing your face up against it.
I mean, I will say, Nerd of Mouth, when they film in here, when I come in to record my other show,
humid,
damp. They scream a lot.
They scream.
They're very passionate about
it's passion.
Comic.
That's what it is. It's passion. Yep.
And they are legitimately wet to the touch. The headphones to your face.
Honestly,
so.
Adam has now got to word that we now have our own separate headpieces because they were so sopping.
So maybe I shouldn't be wearing pants on this chair.
Take your pants off. And QED, take your pants off. Come on, guys. A little bit of math for you.
All right, if we get through enough of this, maybe I will.
Okay, we're getting through more today. All right, I'm zipping.
Next morning, they're both thinking, they're worth Bryce, but they're both thinking like, oh, that's so crazy, I'm sure. She is thinking about how she had to try to lay next to Hunt, not doing anything, and...
Did you feel me ripple, baby?
No.
I'm sorry, I have to do this at least during this. Do you want to feel it? I can make a move. I can make a move.
No, they can't.
Is that how you move your abs?
They can't. I don't think you can.
Making my abs move.
I don't know that you can. I mean, you can do belly dancing.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's what I'm doing next to you. I'm pliantly using my stomach to gyrate a sexual attraction.
Gotta get through this first paragraph.
Okay.
So she's thinking about how overwhelming it was to sleep next to him, even though they're obviously got a lot going on. They got into a kind of a fight. They're still holding off on physical touch.
Yeah, you want to hold on to something?
And so she is she didn't sleep. She was just staring at the ceiling. She's sort of thrilled, but is also aware that they haven't resolved any argument stuff about a meal from the prior night. Remember, we're all now discussing they have now been thrown back into the trenches with another big problem that the Asteri is not going to care for, and that is they're trying to locate this missing Thunderbird couple of kids. So she hasn't slept much when she walks into the main area of the apartment where Hunt and Ethan are already getting their day started at the beginning of this chapter. Unfortunately, her mother calls her before she can even get coffee in her system. Relatable, but she knows she's got to answer. As soon as she picks up the call, she realizes she's wearing nothing but a t-shirt from her youth that says,
Nidaros Community Center Camp, Summer 15,023. Sorry, I didn't know if it was like, you wouldn't say 1502. Like,
we don't know because we've not gotten to that time. The year of our Lord, 2025, is only now. Technically, we should just change it over to like using a different day, in my opinion, because we'd like all on the, like Jesus, we're on the Jesus years.
Yeah.
We should just change it to like the year that they found a certain fossil of something.
Yeah. You mean spackle some science on there?
Yeah, put some science in it.
Yeah, but when will we know before Christ made the Christ things happen?
I don't know. I mean, how are we going to know other than this?
I don't know. Start basing off, based off the Wizard of Oz,
Oh, yeah.
So that would be fun, of like before, pre and after Wizard of Oz.
So that's in the 30s, I think.
Yeah,
when
this
he
is
wrote
great.
That. So we're only living 100 years. We're like in year one.
Let's celebrate.
No, we're not
something
even.
special.
We're like in year 95 or whatever.
Yeah, and I guess it wouldn't be 50. I feel like they would say 1523, but I feel like that makes it seem like it's 1523 when it's 15023.
I think they say 15,000. Maybe they have like.
Because we very rarely go 2025. I guess he's sometimes. All right. Anyway, we're continuing.
We'll have to figure this out. So she's only wearing that shirt and a purple thong. I'm not wearing a purple thong. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one. But just imagine I am. Yeah, think about it.
No, Natalie. Natalie.
I admire how carefree she is about her body, sincerely, because I don't feel as though I could walk into a room of just random acquaintances and like just have no pants on.
I know that
we go on trips together, and I've never done that.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. We definitely sometimes will change in front of each other because we've known each other for a long time. Yeah. But like usually very rarely if I'm like hanging out, with the last podcast boys, I don't usually just show up with my ass hanging out. In fact, I wore a bathing suit. I tried to get a bathing suit that showed more behind.
Oh.
And I don't usually show more behind. And I will say it is difficult to not think of it as a thong because then I just kept feeling like it was just going to ride up my ass. But I felt very nude even just having more of my butt show.
It's true.
I felt weird being at a party with everybody from the network. Because I was like, oh my God, I can't have my butt. But also, Jackie, you're 37. Nobody's looking at your ass. It's fine.
That's not true. Everybody's ogling you.
Everybody looking at my flat ass. Everybody look at it. I try to do squats. I'm trying to make it bigger.
I wear much skimpier bathing suits than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So
whether we should or well, I don't give a shit, man. Hell yeah.
I ain't give a shit.
Let it out, hang it.
Also, you work hard on your body, and I also work hard on my body, and
Thank
I wear
you.
whatever the fuck I want to wear.
Thanks for noticing, girl.
Oh man, I started it.
Sorry, yeah. Once my muscles get rippling, it's hard to get them stopping. All right, you're gonna keep reading the story.
Ethan didn't I appreciate it, but also Ethan didn't ask for that much skin up in his face. I'm just saying,
Bryce, think about these things.
On.
Come on, girl.
She can't help but notice Hunt staring pretty hard at her as she turns from the mails to wait for the explosion from Mama on the telephone. Yes, so he's having a little bit of a mind breakdown, but I'm sure she didn't think about it at all.
No, especially not while on the phone with her mother.
Well, that will eventually just stop. Ember waits all of 10 seconds into their phone call before she loses it on Bryce because she has gained news of her surprise engagement to Cormac, which Bryce conveniently did not tell her about.
Mm-mm.
but also because she's likely figured out Bryce, she's mad about the engagement. She's probably more mad that Bryce is hiding it from her and basically got her to leave town early to keep the secret.
Yeah.
So
My mother wouldn't be happy.
no. And it did also leave Ember to find out from a barrage of phone calls and messages she began receiving, which it was reminiscent of the part of Gilmore Girls whenever Emily found out about Lorelai's engagement from
yes,
Suki.
yes, so upset. Oh my God.
Bryce tries to brush it off as not a big deal, but she gets a Bryce Adelaide Quinlan in return, which means she's in big trouble.
Not the middle name.
And Ember's not wrong to be pissed. That's not necessarily the best way to handle this. She embarrasses Bryce by asking if this is a trick to get Hunt to admit his love for her.
Ember, we're not all that devious, bitch. Love it, though. I kind of love the energy.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, Bryce had her phone on speaker up until that point, and then she goes like, Jesus. And then...
Oh, me? Hey, oh, man, Ember. I wish I could move my tits like that. It's not fair.
It isn't fair, and I'm so sorry for you.
Thank you.
And Hunt, who hears this, almost chokes on his coffee. Bryce tries to calm her down when her mom informs her that she got wind that Cormac had shown up at Bryce's work the prior day. So that scene just happened when Cormac appeared in the middle of Bryce's workspace. And then so Ember heard about it, brings it up, and Hunt also didn't know about it. So now Bryce is in trouble with everybody. Bryce forgot to mention it to Hunt.
It's got to be so annoying to have your personal shit on the news and that so that other people or that people find out. You know what I mean?
I think she got it from maybe Rune.
Oh, that
somebody told her that wasn't supposed
to.
No. I forget who did. I'm just saying that. I don't remember who told her. So the argument escalates with Ember telling her she's playing games that she cannot win, toying with the Fae and the royalties and the Asteri and all these people, and it's going to get her killed. But Bryce is not in the mood that day. She lets her mom have it. It's probably really not fair the way she's shouting at her mother, but Bryce is under a lot of pressure at the moment, and her mom shouting at her as if she can't take care of herself seems to take her over the edge a little bit.
Don't you hate that when you revert back to acting like a teenager when you're around your family and you're just like, oh, why did I give it? That's not me anymore. Why am I screaming at my mother? You know what I mean?
It's just kind of nature, I think, a little bit. And so she, her and Ember are going head to head. And I feel like I'm on Ember's side for a lot of this, but she also isn't super helping the situation by getting mad. So she tells her mom that she has no idea what she's going through. And the stupid engagement is merely a drop in the bucket, which is a great thing to tell your mother because she's certainly not going to be freaking out further.
Frantically worrying in the future.
Oh,
Good.
What else is happening? What do you mean this is a drop in the bucket? Ember quiets and tries appealing to Bryce, saying that she only wants to help her. But Bryce is not feeling it at that moment. She sarcastically thanks her mom for the guilt trip. Ember is taken aback enough that she hangs up on Bryce, calling her Your Highness, and says to call her if she is ever in need of her and Randall's services.
Not a fight with my... God, there's something about fighting with a parent or fighting with someone in your family when you're older. I just feel like it hits different where it's not even quite the it's just immediate shame. Is that just me? I just feel like it's why am I acting like this? What am I doing right now?
It definitely gives me a different sort of anxiety and stress because when you're a kid doing it, it feels much bigger, but it's not really most of the time. You're like,
right. Slamming the door. Man, the amount of times I slam doors in my house, and that, man, nothing makes a mom angry when you're slamming the doors in the house. Tell you what.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're gonna hearing from across the house. Oh, you're slamming doors. Just
see, my family was my dad was the disciplinarian, and it's more traumatic on my side, so let's maybe not talk about it.
We're skipping past it.
But yeah, it's, a lot of teenage stuff is over the top and not called for. And then when it's an adult, you're like, oh, great, this could be a real thing. I have to think about trauma. I have to think about What is her mental illness? What is my mental illness? Oh, how is this going to affect plans? Blah, 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 blah.
Emotional communication. Buh.
Boo. So Bryce, they hang up the call while Ember hangs up on her. Bryce shuts her eyes in frustration as she puts the phone down, but doesn't get an inch before Hunt is asking her, what is this about Cormac showing up at your work? Bryce is being a bit of a Krabby Patty and tells him she forgot and to stop acting territorial with her, which, again, very not fair of her. He was just asking, and she didn't tell him about Cormac.
Bro, don't shoot the messenger, man.
As they both... Are you the messenger of your own question? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct phrase to use there, but you are Hunt, and he's trying.
Yeah.
He's trying to say
babe,
things.
I'm just trying to talk to you. I know he's very smart, but I think in my head he talks like a surfer, like a big himbo surfer, which I think would be surprising. I feel like not while he's the Umbra Mortis, he would never speak like that, but maybe like in other like more relaxed situations, he would be a little more like, whoa.
I wouldn't put him as the top 5 smartest people in the books.
That's why I like him. Yeah, I like it, baby. I like to kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I mean, and I'm not saying he's stupid. I actually think he's very smart and sharp, but
He's just got a lot on his mind.
yes.
And it's a lot of like torture, kill. And I love Bryce.
Boobies.
That's all you need.
Yeah. As they both go silent in the room, Bryce is reminded that, Ethan is also here watching all of this.
Oh, my
play out.
ass is hanging out. Oh, no.
And you're shouting at your mom and at Hunt. She tells Hunt to fill Ethan in on the joyous news because Ethan also does not know about the engagement. And she kind of stomps off to her room saying she has to get ready for work. Later that morning, she reappears in the main room and sees Ethan working out, and Hunt is in his ox gear preparing to go to work. She decides to take Syrinx this day because she left her emotional support chimera at home with Ethan the day before, and she was getting really jealous of it. So she takes Syrinx with her today, and after some brief goodbyes, she heads out the front door.
The elevator had just arrived when Hunt appeared behind her, and every muscle in her body turned electric. Had the elevator always been this small? Had his wings gotten larger overnight?
Oh my God, are your wings bigger?
Oh my God. Oh, actually, they're
do you
just
have to-
little.
If
They're
you
kinda
get your
little
body
right now.
bigger, do your wings have to grow and adjust?
I imagine you have to work them out in a way that, like, they would have to get stronger to carry more weight.
I guess
right?
they would have muscles in them.
like in the way that you
probably.
work out, like your back and your core to support
Yeah.
the rest of you. You know what I mean? I feel like you'd have to. But then, like, what kind of
Mm.
wing? Like, I guess I'd do that. Am I making them bigger, baby?
I feel like it would be more about pulling down a lot.
They don't go that way.
I meant with your back, your
Oh.
arms.
I thought you meant just, shoving them down.
That's
I don't
like
think-
that's like angel kink whenever the wings get pulled apart.
Whoa, pulling out Pfeffer.
Fe-
Pfeffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for some.
So she's feeling very overwhelmed by his presence in the elevator. Probably one because she knows they're in a fight, but also because they're attracted to each other.
Yeah.
I don't want you to look at me.
Come on,
So-
girl. Come on, look at me.
Hunt, no, he's not in sex mode right now. He's
Yes,
in
he's going to work.
boyfriend mode going, are you mad at me?
Babe.
Hunt doesn't pull punches. He wants to know why there is distance between them right now. And I mean, obviously it's because they just had a big fight. But Bryce feigns confusion for a moment, but then concedes that things do feel weird. She then apologizes to him. Good job, Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Not for anything specific, but presumably for snapping at him as well as not telling him about Cormac. I gotta say that Bryce is a secret keeper. Her and Aelin from Throne of Glass have that in common. They do not tell the people they care about certain things that maybe they should.
And I know that they they feel that it is for a reason and it is to protect other people. But sometimes I feel like, well, also you're choosing for me instead of
Yeah,
communicating.
I don't like it.
I don't like what I think. I it's why I don't want, like, of all of the lead heroines in the series, it's why I don't want to kiss Bryce the most.
Mm.
Even though technically to me on paper Bryce is fucking hottest, but I feel like it's too shifty, and I feel like she thinks that it's for a reason way more. And while it is sometimes, I feel that Aelin in Throne of Glass was way more justified when she wasn't sharing it.
She went through some things.
We're not talking about that right now.
She went through some things.
It makes you different.
I think Bryce sometimes is too confident. I think sometimes she lets her ego take over.
Yes.
And that it messes her up, which I mean, she's learning lessons a lot of times when that happens.
Right.
She thinks she doesn't need anyone. I don't need anyone. But you do.
It doesn't
Everybody
make you stronger.
Needs a little bit of help sometimes.
In fact, it makes you stronger to ask for help.
To admit it.
Yes.
So Hunt asks her to relay what happened, and she assures him that Cormac was being a prick
Surprise.
at his arrival, but he didn't threaten her or try to physically harm her or anything. Bryce implores Hunt to not get into another fight with Sandriel's Triari. Hunt agrees as long as she tells him right away if Cormac reappears. She feels her heart strain as Hunt tries and fails to talk about Emil because she knows that he's experiencing the PTSD of the isolation of being captured, of the thought of being separated from Bryce, being tortured for all those decades, but really the idea of him and Bryce being separated is what's tormenting him about getting involved in this hunt, this search. She knows that he has good intentions with wanting to avoid interference with Emil's fate, but also that he knows her heart and doesn't want to dismiss her need to help Emil.
See, I could be a good boyfriend, even though I've got a lot of problems that I'm not dealing with.
Oh, he's a great boyfriend. I think he's a great boyfriend.
I mean, I think it could be better if he would go to therapy. It would be awesome.
They all need it. But sometimes when the demons are coming in, you just don't have time. Not like they're internal demons, but physical demons coming at them.
Yeah, and you want to kiss them, but you got to be no, they got to go back to HEL.
They got to go to HE, single hockey stick.
Single hockey stick.
So as she mentioned, so she knows what a precarious position they're in, and she takes his hand and agrees to really talk it out together before they make a decision. But she tells him she's still going to go meet Fury because she had used that as a bargaining chip to get Therian to talk, and so she's still going to go see what Fury knows.
She's a woman of her word.
She is. Cut to shortly after as she's sitting in a tea shop called Tempest in a Teapot. SJM, I know, likes to drink tea. She has said that many times.
Oh
in
my
an
God. I
interview.
bet she always writes little places where she's like, bitch, I wish I was drinking tea here. You know?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Good for her.
Imaginations. I wish that I could become a tea drinker. I don't know how to do it. I can never make myself. I try to make myself like tea, but I just always want coffee.
Have we ever discussed this before? I've also tried to become a tea person
really?
because I like tea, but I never think about it as a possibility. I don't know why. I've tried to be someone's like, maybe get a nice teapot. It'll remind you. And I was like, you're right. And then I look at the dusty teapot that I have shoved in my fucking closet that I never touch. And people are like, well, if you can't put it out all the time, you'd use it more. But no, then it's going to be in my fucking way.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I said it.
It is a lifestyle choice you have to make.
I've heard word on the street, electric kettle is what helps. Because then the water is just done, you just boop, and then you boop.
I just feel like I have a sip and I'm like, ugh,
it's not coffee.
I wish this was coffee.
We're both obsessed with coffee. We both have a coffee addiction.
I mean, I started drinking it when I was 11.
Yeah.
That's why.
I've started buying decaf cold brew because I like the fucking coffee so much. And I used to make fun of people that drank decaf, okay? Outside of needing to.
This is growing up. She describes the Tempest in a Teapot as a local spot housed in an alleyway in the old square and notes that only it and the bakery were open in the morning, but the whole alley would be alive and bustling with outdoor tables by lunchtime, and I can just see it. I can envision it in my mind space.
Once the lunch crowd returned to their offices, the street would quiet again, until the after-work rush of people eager for a beer, a specialty cocktail, or more food. And sundown brought in a whole new crowd. Drunk assholes.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
She takes a seat next to Fury, who is already at the tea shop and is there with a standing Juniper. June is only there waiting to say hello to Bryce before she goes off to her company class. Bryce kisses Juniper's cheek and
Cute.
steps back in to just observe June's beauty.
We should start seeing each other like this every time I want to start going, Natalie, Natalie, Natalie. And I'm sorry that I'm not celebrating you enough.
Thank you.
And I think that we should be trying to celebrate each other more.
Oh, each other. I thought you just meant me.
Well, I mean, it could go both ways.
I should celebrate.
It could
more.
go both ways.
I will. I will.
Celebrate me.
Yay, Jackie, yay,
Thank
yay,
you,
yay.
thank you.
Jackie,
Thank you,
she's a
thank you,
girl
thank you.
and gay.
I'm gay, yeah.
She's queer.
Yeah, thank you. I like the song. Thank you. See? Try it out in your own life. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Celebrate each other.
So she looks back at, she admires June, probably sings her a little song, and then she glances down at June's dance bag to see the tights and leotard peeking out, wondering just for a moment what it would feel like to also be heading to class as a pro ballerina.
Oh.
What if her body type had been more ideal? The yearnings of an old dream.
Do you feel validated?
Oh, totally. I mean, it is a thing that when you're a young woman who's not thin enough, especially back in the day,
Or just have any curve at all, especially like back then and how they used to, I imagine treat you for having a beautiful body that I imagine wasn't what they were looking for.
Well, I starved myself till I
Natalie.
lost my period for 3 years to try to appease it. I usually still wasn't skinny enough.
I want to hug you.
Oh, thank
Not
you.
in
That's okay.
real life.
No, you think-
No,
you just
I
think
don't want
about
to hug
it.
past you. I'm celebrating. Yes, bitch.
My period came back eventually. Don't worry.
See, she's fine. She's bleeding all over the place.
I actually am right now bleeding all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah. So she thinks back on her own promise as a dancer, like her own skills that, there was some talk about her potentially like moving forward and that she had been the best dancer in Nidaros, even if she had a bit of a shock when confronting the talents of the dancers in Crescent City. She thinks she could have gone further if not for her wrong body. Center stage, anyone?
Oh my God.
I know that feeling, but that is
Sorry, Natalie.
She didn't have the feet. Her mom didn't have the heart. That's not how that goes in that scene, but
That's okay. You brought the center stage to life, and I appreciate it.
thank you. Fortunately, Bryce had found her piece dancing in class, which I'm happy for. I've actually had multiple friends from my ballet days feel so traumatized by their heart being broken that they cannot step it. Like, they can't take a ballet
Oh.
class. They can't enjoy that part
That's
of themselves.
horrible.
It is horrible. It sucks because, just like incredibly gifted dancers who had like somebody break their heart or like, break their soul in one way or another that they just can't go to class anymore. And it like so sad, just like so much talent in them.
Just drained. Did you add little freckles? It looks really good.
Thank
They look
you.
very natural.
Really?
It looks good.
I mean,
yeah.
I do have kind of freckles.
But it just makes them pop. You did a great job.
Thank you. So
Celebrating each other.
thank you. Celebrate.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I'm glad that she can go take class again, essentially, is what I'm saying. She has been able to go back to her class, which I also really enjoy a ballet class. And Bryce has, basically come to peace with it. She shakes herself out of her thoughts to ask about June's dance schedule for the day, and June reveals that she wasn't selected to be the lead in the ballet they're currently rehearsing, which is called Marceline, which I don't think has a ballet on earth. I've never heard of it. This jolts Bryce because beyond being the best in the company, June had been slated for that role. So Juniper tries to downplay what an insult it truly is
Of
for her to be
course.
given a demi-lead instead of the actual lead in the ballet, because she had been the projected person who was going to get that role and is the best dancer in the company. But
And it's kind of seems so embarrassing too, because then it like happens in front of everybody, and then it's like, are people being like, well, why didn't Juniper get it? Well, what did Juniper do? And you know that it's going to just make so much more drama. Oh, that poor girl.
so she's trying to downplay it, but Bryce and Fury glance at each other, knowing with fair certainty she had been demoted in part because she went against the wealthy overlords in the attack the previous spring and had kept the door open for humans. Or as Bryce puts it, she went hoof to toe with the wealthy overlords.
And we're proud of you, bitch.
Yes. It seems to be a message to the potential first ever fawn principal dancer that she better hoof the line if she ever wants to get the spot.
It's just the word hoof. Man, it just gets me every time.
It's a cute word.
It's such a cute word.
This is a punishment for not knowing her place, in other words. They appropriately shit talk the other dancers for a minute. Sometimes you have to gossip a little bit with your friends. Get it out of your system. That's what friends do. So basically being like, oh, that girl got the part. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
As June packs up to head for the door, Bryce asks whether she had considered taking the offer to be the principal in one of the many other acclaimed but sort of less prestigious companies that all want her. Again, center stage, anybody?
Oh my God.
Jodie Sawyer chose the edgy, smaller company to be a principal, and instead of waving a rose in the back of the corps for American Ballet Company.
Rise to the top, cream.
But that's not what June wants. June almost ashamedly admits she wants to hold out for another year. And Bryce sympathizes with her and doesn't think less of her.
Yeah,
because
don't be ashamed, babe. We get it.
it's like the top ballet company in the whole world. It's like going to, oh my God.
The BAFTAs.
No,
The Olympics.
can't believe I'm blanking on.
The Coliseum.
No, in New York, the
Madison Square Garden.
66th Street.
Broadway.
No.
You gotta practice.
Oh my God, what is the fucking
You
area?
gotta practice your way to Carnegie Hall.
No, Adam, you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I can't think of the
Oh my God, this is going to make me
Stoops.
hang
I
on.
said a lot of places. It could have been any of those places. Hit me on my knees at night, baby. Who's got Jamiroquai in their head because we're talking about center stage? Lincoln
Thank
Center.
you. Oh my God, that was going to make me insane. I love Lincoln Center.
And then left from
It's one of the best. Okay, anyway, so yes, it's like going. You have the potential to perform at Lincoln Center and be in the top in New York, but you might not ever make it to principal. Which I do know people from my childhood who did make it that far but never made it to principal, which is still this amazing thing to do.
Of course, because you've gotten that far, but isn't there always going to be a part of you of like, but I never got principal? No matter how great you did, because we're always going to be like, but I could have gotten more.
There's
Maybe not all of us, but some of us.
It kind of depends. There's perks to being in the biggest company. You get these other opportunities, and you get
And in the
probably
background,
paid much.
so nobody's looking at you as much.
I mean, as a dancer, you don't want to ever be in the background.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, this is why I'm not a dancer, because I'd be like, nestle me somewhere else.
No, you wanna
Nobody
be in the
wants to
middle.
be making sure I know the choreo.
Oh, you want to be in the middle.
Oh,
But you know, her pay was probably much better than it would be in most other companies in the world, that kind of thing. But you know,
she wants what she wants.
She wants
bitch,
what she
go
wants.
get it. Hoof your way to the top.
hoof your way to the top. So even if they're the big bads, technically the corporation of ballet companies, they're the apex of
It's
the
still the
dance career.
Yeah, it's the standard. It is still the best.
So Bryce watches as June kisses Fiore goodbye. Fiore has some silent conversation in the moment that has June blushing.
Maybe they started eye dancing.
They
I
were.
introduced eye dancing to Jeff because Jeff was going to a concert with a friend, and I said, "Oh, are you and your friend?" And he was like, "Oh, you're going to do a lot of eye dancing?" And then he stopped and he's like, "Am I supposed to know what eye dancing is?"
Should I know what that
Well, I
is?
just feel like, it's like if you're with a bro and you're at a concert, maybe you don't want to dance as much, which is sad. And I feel like you should always want to dance. But then you just look at each other and you don't dance with your body, you dance with your eyes.
Is that a thing that you heard on TikTok?
No, I just feel like that's what bros would do.
Oh, you just made it up.
Yeah, I made it up. But I think that I feel like you hear eye dancing. I mean, you know what it is.
You know, you could have asked me to define that and I would have never come up with what
Really?
you said. No, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you should try eye dancing sometimes.
It looks like it hurts.
But also you love to just dance.
Yeah, I would never eye dance. I would never eye dance. So they have this like moment of romance, and Bryce teases Fiore for being so obviously head over boots for June. They briefly chat, and then Bryce gets down to the brass tacks. She needs to talk about Danica. And never rattled Fiore asks if This is being brought up has something to do with Ethan staying with her because, of course, Fury gets the intel.
It's like, bitch, that happened like 12 hours ago, not even. You nuts.
She's very startled for a moment that Fury knew that and wants to ask her. And then she goes, actually, don't tell me how you know that. Best to stay ignorant sometimes with Fury. A confused Bryce denies when Fury mentions that Ethan's always held a candle for Bryce and persists, asking Fury to tell her the truth if she knows whether Danica has been hiding other parts of her life besides the synth stuff that they discovered. She doesn't want to pull Fury into more than she needs to, but Fury immediately picks up on her holding some kind of information.
Of course she is. She knows he's Fury.
And it kindly demands Bryce fill her in on what she is asking about Danica for. Fury looks truthfully unaware of anything regarding the intel to this story when Bryce finishes quietly telling her about, remember, they're in public, so she's to kind of whisper, that about Sophie, Ophion, Emil, Thunderbird stuff, all of it. Fury is silent for a moment and tells Bryce that she truly knew nothing of Danica being connected to the rebels. Bryce believes her. She brainstorms with Fury, considering whether Danica may have told Emil and or Sophie to go to the Bone Quarter, a reference to the cryptic emails Danica and Sophie were exchanging that Therian found. Fury doesn't think so, and Fury unfortunately also can't provide any insight on the terms Dusk's Truth or Project Thur. So in essence, Bryce has gone, asked Fury, do you know any extra things about Danica? Because she promised Therian she was going to, and she also wants to know herself. Fury tells her she does not know anything about this, and, Bryce believes her because, that Fury is her friend, whether or not Fury has a bunch of secrets.
Right.
She wouldn't be lying about this part.
No. She seems like the kind of person that if you asked her point blank, if she could tell you, she would.
Right. Bryce asks Fury if there's any other secrets, please tell me if there's any other stuff about Danica that you know that she was hiding.
Fury seemed to consider, then said,
the only other secret I knew about Danica was that she was a bloodhound.
Bryce straightened.
A what?
It's like every other chapter. It's like, Bryce, I'm sorry, bitch. At this point, you gotta stop being surprised. I feel like you just gotta be like, you know what? Interesting. There's a lot about my friend I may not have known.
Are you bloodhound?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just never asked you, I guess.
I'm glad that you know now, and also I'm a secret prince. And I wanted to tell you live that actually...
Is it a Christmas prince?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but now we have to celebrate Christmas every day.
I know that you're joking because that would make you want to jump out of a moving car.
Why do you think I ran from the Christmas prince life?
I know.
It's too much.
Too
Mean, look at these wings. They're not made for frostbite.
I mean, they are angel wings. That is generally connected to Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Put me on top of your tree. I do want an Umbra Mortis for the top of my tree.
Cute. Good idea.
How do we make that happen?
Etsy crafters.
Oh my God, please.
Get on top of this.
We do.
Like a shirtless one.
Yes. Well, I do. Remember, all comes full circle. Didn't you give me that ornament of the sexy merman with
yes.
with the rippling chest?
We also have one, and then I got another one from our friend Ash. So I have 2 rippling merman Christmas ornaments. And you have one.
I think we need more.
Well, we need an angel.
Oh no, do we need a whole SJM Christmas tree?
An angel.
I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Listen, if nobody's gotten on top of that yet.
What am I getting on top of? The Christmas tree.
Creating Christmas ornaments of the characters.
I'm sorry, Natalie. You know I'm throbbing over here. I ain't got no pants on.
You don't. So this is another secret. This is the thing that
Bryce, Bloodhound. We're in Bloodhound territory, guys.
Bloodhound gang. So Bryce doesn't even actually know what a bloodhound is. Fury explains to the reader as well as Bryce that a veneer that is a bloodhound has extrasensory smelling, can scent bloodlines and other things. So they can trace your heritage through your smells. Bryce realizes that she knew Danica could do that, but didn't know that it was special. She thought all wolves could do that. She used to do it to kind of amuse Bryce. Like, just for fun, she would tell her who people's bloodlines were. 23andMe who? I guess
just
Danica would
Danica.
sell your data
It's just Danica.
to Russia.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. She kept a lot of secrets.
That's true. Maybe
Would
she was.
I don't know.
Maybe
Right
she
now,
was
I
selling
don't
it.
know.
It's true. She confides in Bryce. So Fury tells Bryce that she only knows this because Danica confronted her in college because of her scent, that they, quote, sorted shit out, but that each of them had a secret about the other.
It was as much as Fury had ever said about being whatever she was.
So this is the most we really can say about Fury's bloodline, is that Danica sensed something off or weird or different about her.
Maybe
So-
she's the daughter of one of the princes of hell.
We don't know. But she could tell that she was not a normal veneer, and she confronted her. It's kind of how they became friends. So Fury further explains that Danica had to keep it under wraps because bloodhounds were highly sought after and could lead them into a sordid life of espionage that Danica was not interested in. So essentially, people would want to pay a high price to have a bloodhound on their assassin team because they're easy to if you need to seek out somebody. Like a mafia would love a bloodhound, you know?
Oh.
So Danica didn't tell a lot of people that she could do this. I'm
Natalie
sorry.
just touched my wing.
I apologize.
Natalie just Natalie, you know what happens when you touch my wing. You did this to me.
Gross.
I'm about to zap you. I just zapped you with my sexual charge.
Oh, that was sexual or
Yeah.
just rape? It could have just been pain, torture.
No, I just meant because I needed to grip onto something because you touched my ball skin wings.
Gross. Gross. All of it's gross. So
Especially because I'm borrowing your wings right now. But we're not going to get into this.
You are.
We're not talking about that. Sometimes sisters-in-law can share wings, okay?
We share pads.
Yeah.
We share pads with wings.
Yeah.
So
Do you say baths?
pads. I haven't used a pad in many, many years, but just made me
Oh,
think of
those pads.
maxi pads.
I really just imagining the two of us in bathing suits, taking a bath together against our will, just being sad, just Henry's washing you and Jeff's washing me, and we're just
no, what's that horrible show where the mom and daughter took baths together?
Oh, extreme. No, not extreme mother. That's extreme sisters. Smothered.
Right? Isn't that what it's called?
Smothered. I mean, sometimes you gotta use mommy's bathwater to feel her essence.
That makes me want to die.
I think it's beautiful, Natalie. I think it's just wanting to be that.
We're about to
close.
see her, Mom. I'll tell her.
Yeah, and then you can.
No,
want,
I'm telling her you would
you
like
know
to.
what? I feel like if you want it after we use it, and then I'll
okay.
share
Great.
it.
Thank you. So so Fury also thinks she didn't like people to know about her bloodhoundness because it likely came from her bio father, which was a partner of Sabine's that no one knew in Danica's life. She didn't like talking about it.
Interesting.
All that Bryce knows is that the male is never around. So I'm sure that will never come up
It's
again.
never gonna come up again. I bet that. Yeah, I bet it's gonna.
What if it's Hunt?
Oh!
Fury watches Bryce process all of this and then asks her if she really wants to pursue finding a meal. Bryce admits that it is about finding the kid, but also about her understanding her friend and why she hid so much of herself. And I'm kind of like, girl, gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Danica's lying a lot. But no, of course she can't do that. She has to go find out.
I know. Maybe she's the bloodhound, huh? It's like a dog with a bone.
She was called a wolf by the Prime.
Whoa.
Fury says in her way that finding him won't change anything about losing Danica. She says it in kind of like a colder way, but she's trying to basically tell Bryce, you can learn everything you can, but
Not bringing her back.
not bringing her back. But Bryce persists. She wants to know why Sophie and Danica were in communication. She wants to know what she was doing with Ophion and why. Fury warns her similarly to how Hunt has been warning her. Just saying this is not worth it.
We're supposed to be staying out of trouble. It's just like, we really got to do this right now.
But it's pointless to argue. Bryce knows the danger. She's aware. She tells Fury she will go forward with it anyway. She needs the truth.
Fury saluted her thanks to the barista and sipped her second chai.
And what will you do once you learn the truth?
Bryce chewed on her lip.
Pray to Cathona that I can accept it, I guess.
Also, I love that Fury drinks a chai. You'd be like, honestly, like you'd think black coffee.
I know.
But that bitch is drinking a chai. Good for her.
I do like a chai. I will say
I love a chai. Oh, especially put some espresso in it, make it dirty.
Yeah. Like a chai with like a bunch of sugar and crap in it. Like I'm not drinking that every day because it would be bad. You know what I mean? It's like a treat.
Yeah, I never get them.
You're allowed to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
Treat.
We all have our separate kinds of treats. It's just not the choice of treats.
Choice of treat. Everyone has their own choice of treat.
I treat myself all the time. Don't you worry.
Yes, bitch.
Chapter 14, we're with Hunt as he and Isaiah watch the Ox training on the roof of the Comitium. It's equal rights, equal fights in Lunathian, and they're taking bets on which unnamed Ox member will win.
Hell yeah.
The smaller, faster, cleverer female or the big galoot male. As they watch, Hunt is tormented by his increasing feelings of dread and doom as he and Bryce fall down another pathway to destruction. Thanks a lot, Merman. Ethel Merman.
Ethel, I dreamed it of you, June. It wasn't for me, Judy. And if it wasn't for me, then where would you be, Miss Gypsy Rose Lee?
She's always still in this day and age, 15,020, whatever they're in, 30-something.
20-something. Oh, yeah, because that was 20-something, so 30-something.
It's 30-something. Still causing problems, huh, Ethel? So, yeah, Hunt is watching. He's supervising this big training session they're having, but he's also still just like, oh, God, what am I going to do?
Ugh.
Isaiah seems to be lost in his own sense of dread and asks Hunt if Hunt thinks they'll end up in a new battlefield alongside all of these Ox members they're watching spar. I hope not,
Hunt said, blocking out the images of those muddy massacres. The mech suits smoldering with their pilots bleeding out inside them. Heaps of broken wings piled high to the skies. Some shifters going feral and feasting on the carrion alongside the crows.
That sucks.
Yeah, I guess I'll give you bad dreams or something.
Give you some kind of bad dream. Hunt feels guilt at the possibility that his girlfriend's hijinks might have consequences for his old friend Isaiah, because what he's saying essentially is like what they're doing is meddling, and their meddling might lead to war, and that means Isaiah will have to go to the war because of his girlfriend.
And we will be next to each other fighting to the death.
Yep. He remembers Isaiah's warnings all those centuries ago, so he has this flashback. Hunt has this memory of him and Shahar when they decided to take on this battle against Sandriel. And Isaiah, back then, those hundreds of years ago, because he was part of the rebellion, was in Hunt's face saying, you are leading us to death. You are not making a good choice. And Hunt imagines Isaiah would also be shutting these plans down with good reason.
It's just ridiculous. At this point, it's like, if you remember that last time, and then you think like, oh, how does Isaiah feel? Where he's like, bro, remember last time I fucking said this? Maybe this time you should think about anything other than, like, I know you feel that this is your mission, but could you think about everything else
Well,
too?
I think he's thinking that he lets chicks grab him by the wings.
Come a little bit closer, my wing wants to grab
His
a
back,
bit of your butt.
his back balls, if you will.
Thank you.
So he remembers, Hunt has this memory of when Isaiah approached him last time, that basically shoving him out of he and Shahar's tent prior to this battle, refusing to listen to his pleas, and instead curling up in bed with Shahar.
Hunt.
I know. And then they fucked.
You gotta, like, make a better... I know he's not going to. Jackie, you're speaking into the ether. What are you talking about?
I have to say that if I asked Henry, maybe not to go to battle, but I feel like he would side with me because he's a very good husband. And
it's probably why
I wouldn't be leading us into a battle.
Yeah, you could.
I think I could, and then I would be killed. Like much like Shahar.
Yeah, but I'd be behind you being like, yeah, slay, slay. And then be like, oh no, she
I didn't
was
mean
slayed.
literally.
Oh.
So just as he had those memories, both he and Isaiah watch the smaller female crumble down the glute in front of them, of course, because like SJM isn't going to let a glute win the fight. So he's having these like flashbacks of his horrible memories, and then they watch this female beat the glute, and it's sort of like a metaphor because
my
the
God.
woman is.
What's a metaphor?
I don't even understand what that
Metaphor.
means. I don't understand what that means.
Because it's like separating the word, like it's not metaphor.
No, I know, but what are you referencing meta?
I guess
Like Facebook? It's for spreading Russian propaganda.
You're welcome.
Yep. So Hunt turns his attention after the female defeats the male in this fight they're watching. He looks out at the larger training space where there are all sorts of Ox members flying, fighting, and shooting, doing practices. Baxine and Pollux are overseeing this shooting practice, and he feels sick at seeing them, while Justinian and Vic are gone, so basically taking their places over. He's not sick enough to go get Victoria.
Leave her in the bottom of the ocean. She's fine.
But he's sad. He's like, oh.
We don't forget here at Deep Dives.
No. Baxian, in his big doggy form, which is really cute, he's overseeing the shooting practice. But he catches Hunt watching him, and he transforms back into his humanoid form, strutting over to where Hunt and Isaiah stand. Hunt's hackles go up, but Isaiah reminds him to calm the F down. Baxian approaches the two of them as the angel and not the dog, and starts a terse argument with Hunt. Though he comes across as way less aggressive than Pollux, the impression that we've gotten of Pollux so far is that he is super arrogant, he's a prick, he likes to start fights. We don't trust Baxian, but he's already shown that he doesn't like Pollux, so that's like a bonus.
It's a bonus, but he's still a yucko. We still don't like him, but he doesn't give as many creep as a Pollux.
But then they're like, oh, does that mean then he is the biggest creep? Because we're like starting to trust him.
We don't know.
We don't know. So they start getting in this argument, and in the back and forth, Baxian comes across as standoffish, but almost trying to connect with Hunt in a weird way. He references the scar that Hunt gave him, and Hunt fires back that he did it because Baxian handed over rebel families to Sandriel. So if you'll recall, he has a big lightning scar on his neck from Hunt from back in the day. Baxian suggests that he had as little choice in serving Sandriel as Hunt did. So basically kind of saying, I didn't want to do that. I was forced into it. Hunt is not buying this. And Hunt was a slave. Baxian wasn't. So Hunt's like, no, you did not have the same situation as me. He tells him, in fact, to fuck off, but then is given more news to add to the bad day pile for the day. Baxian informs him that he has been assigned to work with Hunt by Celestina. Yeah, he probably made that sound.
I don't need any help.
Well,
Do it on my own.
Well, Hunt's supposed to help Baxian.
I won't.
Yeah. So Hunt
I
goes,
just imagined him just like backseat running after him, like, yeah, I guess you'd like a little brother.
Yeah.
Like, guess you can come, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of his vibe.
Even though Baxian definitely doesn't want to be seen as that.
No. Hunt immediately goes into a panic, wondering if Celestina has somehow discovered that Therian has shown up asking about a Thunderbird and is having Baxian track him, and that is what we call paranoia. It's called catastrophizing a little bit, Hunt.
I mean, he's been through a lot, so I imagine, your head immediately goes to that.
Just then, Celestina texts him, likely watching the training from some camera somewhere. And the text is saying to Hunt that Isaiah, who's generally his partner at the Ox, will be accompanying her to all of her welcome meetings about the town, because she's new, and she's counting on Hunt to show Baxian the ropes in Lunathian.
Oh,
I don't want to.
fine.
So remember, Baxian is also, he came from the land with no modern conveniences. And though he's interacted with technology many times, it would probably be a culture shock to him. So partially probably Celestina's like, you need to show him how to use a computer.
Also getting used to being watched all the time. That's going to be so difficult coming from a place where that is not able to be done. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess like, outside of like, I feel like an Asteri and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
but like technologically, I feel like in this world, like even with Fury and Bryce before, it's like they're always being watched. There's always
Welcome
eyes
to the
out.
nanny state, Baxian.
Whoa.
So Hunt realizes that left Naomi to care for Pollux, which at least, hey, he didn't end up with that guy. Though now I'm worried about
I
Naomi.
know.
I don't want her to be stuck with
No.
Pollux. The two end up slightly bonding over their shared distaste for Pollux's general behavior, Hunt and Baxian, that is. Baxian mentioning that he's even worse right now because of him losing his, I guess we'll call his companion, the Hind, a.k.a. Lydia.
Oh, you don't want to call her the love of his life?
Well, in this conversation...
I know, just because you're right. Companion is the right,
Yeah.
you know.
Because in this conversation, Baxian says he's not capable of being in like a love relationship, but the Hind is like a possession of his almost. That he's
Right.
like pissed is like, my stuff's at the other place.
Right.
So in this conversation, basically he gains confirmation that, because he wasn't sure if the Hind was coming to Lunathian, they were actually quite worried about it. And Baxian's essentially confirming that she's not. She's staying with Ephraim, who is Sandriel's replacement. And so that's at least a little tiny bit of good news.
Hunt hadn't known Lydia Servos well. Their time had only briefly overlapped when he'd served Sandriel, and the Hind had spent most of it off on missions for the Asteri. Rented out like some sort of field worker to do their spy hunting and rebel breaking. Whenever Lydia had been at Sandriel's castle, she'd either been in secret meetings with the Archangel, or fucking Pollux in whatever room they felt like using. Thank the gods the Hind hadn't come here. Or the Harpy.
So far, the Hind is a bit of an enigma.
Okay.
Though we have the intro of the book to know she's a real bastard.
We know she ain't fun.
On top of that...
And also to be owned by Pollux. So it's like, she ain't fun, and she's owned by Pollux. So you're like, oh, I bet she's even more fun.
Yeah, although Hunt pushed back saying the Hind is not owned by anyone. So they have some kind of weird, creepy relationship. But, they just like banging each other. I don't know. Just keep me away from them.
Yeah,
So on top of that, it turns out the Harpy, whose real name we don't learn, actually, and another one of the cronies, Mordock, won't be coming and have landed with Sandriel's replacement, Ephraim. In their conversation, Baxian also casually mentions Bryce as Hunt's girlfriend, essentially saying he knows. Hunt just acknowledges it because he doesn't want Baxian thinking he has something to hold over his head. He's like, yeah, this is my girlfriend.
But also he can't be like, no, she's not. Oh, no, never. So at least, kind of toe the line.
Plus, I think it's just he's internally giggling, kicking his feet at calling Bryce his girlfriend publicly. Baxian surprises Hunt by expressing that he likes Bryce because she has bulls. Is he being...
You want to touch my wing? Oh.
Mm-mm. But thank you for giving me consent.
You're welcome.
What is this being? Is he being friendly? What is this? Is this a trick?
Are they going to start eye dancing?
No, they won't.
Sorry, everyone. You have to go over to youtube.com/@LPNRomantasy.
Oh, let me hype it up. Oh, shit. What? Sick. Oh. Damn, how'd she do that?
You're welcome.
Gotta go check it out. Certainly, Baxian can't be lying. Never trust, never love. We shift over to Therian's POV.
Never try. I just want to start waking up in the morning going, never trust, never love. All right, yeah. I just want to start taking that through my day. Never trust, never love.
I'm sure Jeff would love that.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it provides levels of a marriage.
It's a fun game. We shift over to Therian's POV, and he is knocking on Bryce's apartment door, feeling envy at her building and her apartment. He's a real Ariel, if you'll recall, wanting to be where the people are. But he knows that this is not going to happen because he was thinking with his clam.
He was thinking with his clam. Man, Therian's always thinking with his clam.
He is. I want to see it. Is there an artiste out there? Please.
Come on.
Has nobody tackled this?
Come on,
Because
couch
I
at us.
really want to see it.
Come on, make it protrude through the hardness.
I know that there are a couple Patreons I follow who listen to the show. Please, for the love of God.
Please.
Please.
And let
Ethan-
us know. Send it to lpnromantasy@gmail.com, and we'd love to hype it on the show.
Yeah. I subscribe to many of your Patreons, if you're not aware. I love looking at the art. So Ethan answers the door, and Therian flashes him the recent text chain he has with Bryce to show him that Bryce has given him permission to wait for her at her place. So basically, like, when Ethan comes to the door, he's like, what do you want? And he's like, here, this is the messages. Bryce says, I can stay. The messages are perverted and flirty, but obviously Therian has little shame, and Bryce is fully playing along as he talks about going through her underwear drawer in the texts. Ethan looks confused and suggests he thought Bryce and Hunt were like a thing. Therian confirms that they are, but that he and, quote, legs have a special understanding about her underwear drawer.
Man, wouldn't you? I mean, especially you. You've got great legs. Have you ever been called legs?
Yeah, I think I said that.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
For a time when I lived in Philly, the kids out there called me party legs.
Oh, that's even better. Do you want me to? I mean, you've already told me this before, and I probably forgot, and I'm gonna forget again. But I'll try to start calling you party legs.
They also started reversing it in a friendly way, calling me lardy pigs, which is cute.
I thought it was like skills wrapped backwards.
Oh,
Party legs.
Okay.
It worked as a joke. Did.
Ethan looks wary at letting him in, but Therian just sort of barges forward. He thinks about how weird it is to see this kid sitting on the couch after watching him in so many Sunball games. Ethan was, as you recall, set to be a sportsman?
Set to be a sportsman is, man, wow, these are ball girls. You better watch out, everybody, because he was set to be a sportsman of
How do
sorts.
you say it? Do you say
I don't
like,
know.
He was highly ranked for the pros.
I guess, yeah, like athletic dreams.
John Lovitz came and plucked him out
Oh.
to take him to the ball
He's gotta go
field
home and
for
give
the
the wife a
audition.
little pickle tickle, and he'll be on his way.
He maintains. I
Look
don't
at their
know.
own. We're quoting a
Really
League of Their Own.
wrong, yeah. He maintains his laid-back facade in front of Ethan, dropping onto the living room couch and kicking his shoes off, putting his bare feet on the coffee table because
On.
he's Therian, but gross. Ethan,
But also, he probably gets so excited because he gets feet,
oh
you
yeah,
know?
he gets to see his little feet. Ethan stays by the kitchen, watching him warily. Therian begins to ask him a little bit too casual of questions about Danica, which Ethan immediately sees through the conversation. He's like, I'm not hiding shit about Danica. Don't ask me these questions trying to pry information out of me. And he tells Therian he wasn't keeping any info about rebels from him the night prior when they were all discussing Danica, and that he knew nothing of that part of Danica's life. They push back and forth, Ethan's temper rising. He tells Therian he doesn't appreciate Bryce or himself being dragged into this mess with Sophie and the rebels. Therian tells him he's just following his overlord's commands.
But also, if you were Therian, wouldn't you also be like, yeah, but don't you guys, you wolves, read each other's minds? Like, she never said anything weird inside of her fucking head? Or did she get to a point that she was able to control that so that no one would know, right? Because can't they mind speak?
I think you're thinking of the Twilight Force.
God damn it! Can't they mind speak? They can't mind speak? Am I really getting the series mixed up?
I think so.
Ah!
I think that they have like a natural, like, biological need to, like, submit to the what is it called,
The alpha.
But I don't think they mind speak. I think that's just in Twilight.
I'm not embarrassed, and you won't make
Oh my
me
God,
feel
it's
it.
so embarrassing for
I
you.
won't feel it.
So also, technically, he was still in school and he wasn't in her pack yet.
Right,
He was
right,
in no
right, right.
pack yet.
He was playing Sun Bowl.
Yeah. He perhaps tries to connect with Ethan by saying, listen, I have to do this, but I'd kind of be in your shoes, maybe even worse, if I disobeyed my queen. You know, because he just, Ethan just was kicked out from
Right.
his world, from his leader. Therian can tell from Ethan's reaction to talks of Bryce that Ethan has some deeper feelings for her and finds it interesting. Notes how seems to not even be aware of what he's showing he feels, despite him having been so good at hiding his moves as a sunball player. But sometimes your heart can't hide what you like.
And also I love it because Therian just deals with it in the opposite way of like, I just hit on her all the time. You really got to get it out of your system, bro. You know?
Yeah, you just talk about her butt and stuff. She
Fine.
likes it.
Yeah.
But as Therian walks over to the fridge and begins rummaging for snacks, Ethan decides to reveal something to him. Danica once told him that she was working on a paper as a history major that would probably get her in a ton of trouble. She kind of like didn't really say what was happening there, but Ethan has enough strong memory of it because it was very out of her character, because he asked her about it later on and she said, oh, I just moved on I actually didn't finish the project. Like I didn't finish this thing. And that was very much not like Danica.
Interesting.
That if Danica set her mind on something, she would have to accomplish it. And that...
I mean, Bloodhound, you know? I mean, it's like, I know Bloodhound is different than Bloodhound in our Earth, but like, still, you know, Bloodhound's gonna fucking follow that scent.
You gotta follow the scent. And he thought it was odd that she mentioned like a project for school would get her in trouble. And so kind of insinuating that maybe she was mentioning this thing she was actually doing that wasn't for school.
Also, I do love that Ethan was like, oh, wow, cool, oddball. And like, I would ask, like if you said that you were working on something that's gonna get you in trouble, I think I'd have a couple of follow-up questions
It's
about
maybe
it.
why she said it to Ethan, because maybe she just wanted to say it. She was stressed and couldn't tell anybody. And she's like, Ethan's dumb. He's not going to remember. But he did actually remember.
Yeah, but he is dumb, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, throughout, as we get into the third book, too.
It's not his fault. He gets hit in the head a lot. You know, you got to remember, I imagine he's had a couple of concussies in there.
There's a lot of Ethan in these books going, oh, not again, Ethan.
What?
Oh, shucks.
No.
Dang it.
Come on.
So, but,
yeah, I think that's actually a full chapter in the third Crescent City is him just making those sounds.
So,
oh,
you really muffed it up again, Ethan. Oh, boy. So Therian really looks at Ethan as he processes this new information that he's just received. The two of them stand in the kitchen across from each other, and Therian sees nothing really more than a young guy who has lost everyone he's ever loved. He's all alone. Therian probably connects to him in certain ways since he lost his sister. He asks if Ethan wouldn't mind if he turned on the highlights from a recent Sunball game. Ethan looks at him suspiciously, but Therian assures him he's not here. He's not trying to pry more info out of him. He just really could use a break.
Ethan weighed the words, Therian's expression, with a keen-eyed sharpness that the wolf had used on his opponents. Perhaps the Sunball player wasn't dead after all. But Ethan only said,
There's leftover pizza in here if you're hungry.
Do you wanna eye dance with me?
No.
Bro. It's scary for them to ask if they want to eye dance with each other, but also it's very cute that they're sitting watching Sunball and eating pizza together. It's fucking cute.
Friend?
Come on.
Are you friend?
Pizza?
I won't make Ethan's voice like that for the rest of it. But
Will
he does,
you
he
not,
does have a
though?
little bit of a derp to him.
He's a bit of a dodo bird, but it's a dodo bird.
I'm not into jocks.
But here's the thing. See, I love a himbo, though. So I think that it just depends. Like, but Ethan, for me, is not the hilf that I'm looking for. Like,
No.
That's not really like.
No, I'm not attracted to Ethan.
I'm more in the like Umbra Mortis, like his brain's too busy with like thinking about plans in the future and like what he's been through.
But that's also why you're a Cassian girl.
Forever, babe.
I'm a
Forever.
Rizan Rune girl.
You know it. You know it. But it's good. We have to love different sides. I'm a Hunt Cassian. You're a Rune, Rizan, and it's good.
Who would you choose from Throne of Glass? No spoilers are happening, so don't worry about it. If you had to choose one.
Menon. But I get I get the I get to choose.
Of the more mask ones.
I mean Rowan. I think it's just
Rowan?
I think
I'm kind of a Dorian.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a man. I mean, absolutely a man. And Manon could ruin my life.
A man and destroy me. I would let her do anything. But yeah, I would say close second is Rowan, but just because I think it's because I have different daddy issues than you have.
For sure.
You know, and I think that's like, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Pine and Snow is going to teach me how to be strong. Like, it's not that I
Snowboard.
need him, but, you know.
He's gonna teach you how to snowboard.
Well, I don't know if the relationship would survive that, but.
Then he can be behind you and be like holding you up, being like, oh my gosh, how do I do this?
Except, you know, I wouldn't be like this. Be like, I fucking hate this. I'm all wet. Why can't move my legs separately from each other? I hate it. Like, it's just, can you imagine
He would
me?
find that adorable.
I know. Adorkable little me.
Yep.